Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Awaken Suddenly Live Quick Talk. You are here inside the Awaken the World group, or perhaps on YouTube or on the Awaken the World page. And my name is Garhen Avalokiteshvara. I did it. And today we're going to this is our quick talk, so we're going to get right to the point. We're going to talk about the fine art of listening, and this is something that few actually know how to do. And I'm going to give an example, and this is an example. If you will look at some of my videos, and you will look at the comments, you will see that there are people who are commenting once every minute and 30 seconds, sometimes even once every 30 seconds. How much information is truly being heard when you are always thinking about what it is you want to say in return? And, let's be perfectly clear. There is no judgment within me. I'm not picking on anybody. I am making an observation. And this observation follows in line with our first quick talk and the understanding that the average person in our society has less of an attention span than a goldfish. We are losing the ability to truly listen. Everywhere around us, in every arena of our existence, we are faced and forced to face sound bites. Sound bites now are considered to be less than 10 seconds in length. Why? Because people will lose focus on it. It used to be 15 seconds. It used to be a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. We have been driven to the point where our need for constant stimulus to satisfy an ego that is growing ever more unstable. How do you handle that sort of thing? If you think about it, the reason we're having these quick talks is exactly for that same reason. When I talk for an hour and I look at the statistics of how many people actually stay there and are willing to listen for the entire hour, it's few and far between. And again, there's no judgment. It's just an observation. But if we are to assume that there is a benefit in being able to maintain and focus our attention, and keep in mind that our thoughts are creative. This is why there is a gap in time between that which we think about and that which ends up manifesting as a result of our thinking. Can you imagine, with the average attention span right now, and a total of 80,000 some odd thoughts going in the head of the average person, of which 60 to 70,000 of them are totally repetitive. Those are all those thoughts that are flowing in from that egoic cloud of human consciousness that we would call ego, and the identification with that voice. What's left over has very little value. So you can imagine the level of concentration going on is next to nothing. The fine art of listening involves absorbing yourself totally in the communication that's coming into you, looking and listening and feeling, smelling and tasting and sensing beyond the words. And it can only be done in a state of total openness and silence within you. If you are to truly reap what is behind the words. You see, the words are monuments themselves. They're just simply signposts. There is meaning within, but the meaning is beyond the word. The meaning comes through in my intent. The meaning comes through in the expression that radiates from me to you. And in this true listening, true communication, if you practice these sort of techniques where you are willing to open yourself to silence and to feeling what is coming in, sensing the deeper meaning, the deeper communication, you will find that you will enrich your conversations with others. You will become, others will appear to see you as someone who has grown infinitely more compassionate and knowing about what they're trying to communicate to you. You know, I have conversations with quite a few group members on a regular basis via video messenger, and one of the comments that I always receive is that they are left with a feeling that someone has truly heard them, truly understood where they're at, truly accepted and helped make them feel an acceptance of themselves where they are at. Now, that isn't an ability that you don't possess. It is inherent within our being, all of our being. You too can learn to listen, to truly listen to another. You know, I say to Kelly often that it is amazing to me that communication occurs at all, and when you look at that communication, you're really talking about one ego with its issues and masks trying to communicate to another ego with issues and masks, and neither one are really listening to each other. Perhaps if we would all practice these sort of techniques, from ourselves right through to our teachers, our leaders, the politicians, the lawyers, the judges, those who would enact violence upon others due to their position, their perception of power within their position, for the RCMP, for the military, negotiators, diplomats, to truly learn how to listen to another human being. And I'll tell you this, when you have finally mastered the art of listening to another, you will not be able to not feel compassion arise in your being for their plight, because you will deeply understand that their plight was once your plight, or could be your plight, and that they are no different from you, and indeed that you and they are not separate at all, but one. Much love to you today. Looking forward to fantastic meditation tomorrow morning on the Help Awaken YouTube channel, and if you don't know where that is, it's in the announcements on the group page. And of course, at 1 o'clock, a fantastic discussion. I'm not going to give it away. You'll have to look at the post, but that'll be on the Awaken the World YouTube page. And I'm going to let the dog out of the cage. Well, it's not a dog for me. It's a tiger. And I'm going to let the tiger out for a bit. It's going to be fun. Hope to see you there. Much love from Kelly and I. Namaste. We wish you a beautiful Saturday.